In this materialistic world, there are many problems are coming in our life. And for facing the problems, we must have the spiritual powers with us for leading smooth and easy life. In our life, we are experiencing different problems. Physical illness or sickness, just like a tension, BP, heart attack, and so on. All these problems are because of the influence of vices. And if we really would like to solve these problems, Raj Yoga can help you in this aspect. Raj Yoga is a solution of all the problems. In this life, everybody would like to enjoy or experience happiness. But for experiencing our happiness, we need to have two things: health and wealth. Then we can experience our happiness. Along with physical health, we must have spiritual health, mental health. Along with this physical wealth, we must have spiritual wealth also. When we would have this health and wealth, then only we could experience our happiness in our life. And for that, Raj Yoga is helping a lot. And we have been practicing different type of the meditation in this world. But these meditations are being taught by any gurus or any saints or any great souls. But this Raj Yoga already taught by the Supreme Being Himself. That's why the name of this yoga is Raj Yoga. Means king of all these yogas. When we practice this Raj Yoga, we can control our sense organs and subtle organs, and we can rule them also properly throughout the day. When we are getting this ruling and controlling powers, then only we can experience our happiness, our lightness, our enthusiastic life. This Raj Yoga is very simple. Anybody can practice this Raj Yoga at any time in any situation. There are two concepts of Raj Yoga. First concept is self-realization, and another concept is God realization. And after that, maintaining connection and communication in between these two powers is known as a yoga. First aspect, self-realization. It means, who really am I? I am not this body. Body is just like a costume. But my existence is in this world in the form as a point of light, as a soul, as a spirit, which is living in the center of this forehead. The soul is a divine light, point of divine light, invisible light. We cannot visualize that energy through these physical eyes. But if we really would like to visualize that energy, we need to have divine eye, the eye of knowledge, intellectual eye. Through that divine eye, we can visualize very clearly our existence. I am just very tiny point of light, as a sparkling star, as a twinkling star, as a shining star, as a wonderful star, as a radiant star, radiating the light of peace and bliss and happiness constantly in this atmosphere. I am a soul, but what type of the soul am I? I am peaceful soul. The light of peace or rays of peace are radiating in this atmosphere constantly. Just be in that stage and enjoy that peaceful vibrations as long as you can. The great souls, the yogi souls, they are having the aura of light. Why? In Russia, there is one camera which can take the picture of only aura of a soul. What sort of aura this person is having? That type of the pictures can take that camera. Yogi souls are having spiritual aura because they are always being in a real and right consciousness and radiating spiritual light constantly in this atmosphere. Gradually and gradually they are developing this aura larger and larger and larger. You just try to visualize by your intellectual eye, by your third eye, to yourself, I am sparkling star. Visualize clearly and be in that stage as long as you can and enjoy that peaceful vibrations. How do you know that this practice is increasing or not? The percentage of visualization will increase and the time of being in that stage will increase. It means you are developing this practice of soul consciousness stage gradually and gradually. In this world, everybody would like to experience peace. Everybody. Why? Because peace is our original nature. Peace is our original quality. Because of the influence of vices, we lost that quality. But now we must regain that quality. We must experience that quality by being in soul consciousness stage, and we must develop that practice. While talking, while being in a round, just be in that stage and keep on spreading, keep on radiating that peaceful vibrations, fragrance of spirituality wherever you are going. You can charge this atmosphere by spreading that fragrance of spirituality in this atmosphere. It needs really long period practice, because we are always having the awareness of this body. But this is not right consciousness. This is wrong consciousness. Soul consciousness is a right consciousness. That's why we must transfer this body consciousness in a soul consciousness by developing this practice. This is one aspect. Another aspect is realization of God, realization of Supreme Being, Almighty Authority. Supreme Being is the only unlimited source of spiritual energy. He is the only unlimited source of spiritual energy. That is His supremacy. Whatever the qualities we are having, He is having that qualities, but He is having that qualities in unlimited form. For instance, soul is a peaceful soul, but Supreme Being is an ocean of peace, unlimited. He is having unlimited peace. Soul is a pure soul, but Supreme Being is an ocean of purity. He is having that all the qualities in unlimited form. He is incorporeal. We must visualize His form, point of light, through our intellectual eye. In bhakti, the saints, while describing the Supreme Being, they compare that sun with this physical sun. The physical sun is a source of unlimited physical energy, always radiating physical energy in this universe. This physical sun. In this way, Supreme Being also the sun of knowledge, spiritual sun, always radiating the light of spirituality throughout the universe, throughout the three worlds. But we can visualize the light of this physical sun, but we cannot visualize the light of spiritual sun. But we could experience the vibrations of this physical sun, spiritual sun. When we are being in his company, we could feel the shower of peace is just falling on me. I am enjoying peaceful shower. The unlimited rays of powers are coming towards me, and I am receiving tremendous energy, tremendous powers from that source. Try to visualize very clearly the Supreme Being also. But if you would like to maintain connection with the Supreme Being, the requirement for that, your mind and intellect must be full with joy, full with happiness. Then only you could get the deep and very special and extraordinary experiences in yoga. Even sometimes you can experience super sensuous joy in his company. Where the Supreme Being is living, Supreme Being is living in this sixth elements. Five elements are here in this physical world, but beyond these five elements, there is a sixth element known as Brahma Tattva, where everywhere there is a golden reddish color. Everywhere there is a golden reddish color and peaceful vibrations. Sweet silence, deep silence is there everywhere. You just visualize that sixth elements and try to visualize that Supreme Being in that element, in that place. After knowing these two concepts clearly, the third aspect, how can we maintain consistency in yoga? Mainly, there are two powers which are playing prominent role in this yoga: mind and intellect. Mind and intellect, these are the two subtle powers which are playing prominent role in this yoga. And if you would know the five things related with these two powers, if you understand properly these five things, you would be the master of yoga. You can practice yoga at any time very easily. First thing, related with mind and intellect. What sort of mind is required for intense yoga? Mind must be very calm, cool and light. We must maintain calmness, coolness and lightness of our mind. We must not lose at any cost our coolness and our calmness and lightness in any situation. This is the first requirement for the mind. What sort of intellect is required for efficient yoga? Intellect must be active, alert, and fresh. However, the long time you will maintain activeness, freshness, your intellect will work efficiently in yoga. Active, alert, and fresh. Now, second, things related with mind and intellect. When we are thinking ourselves, experiencing ourselves, visualizing ourselves as an energy, as a soul, we must have clear understanding and clear analysis. Which power is intellect and which power is mind? These two things must be very clear in front of you. When you are considering yourself as a body, you must have full awareness, this is my hand and this is my ear. In the same way, when you are experiencing yourself as a soul, you must have clear analysis of these two subtle powers. I am asking you two questions. Which is your native place, brother? Huh? Karnataka state. Would it be possible to visualize or to see your house where you are staying? Can you visualize? You are looking at me. Now, at this time, you are looking at me. Which power is visualizing your house? Very clearly, you are visualizing your house. You have a very clear picture of your house in front of you. Which power is visualizing that house? Is that mind or is that intellect? Mind. Okay, second question. Could you please tell me something about your house? How is that house really? What sort of location? How many rooms are there? Could you tell me something? How is your house? It's a very nice house. How many rooms? 3 rooms. Okay. You are explaining everything in detail. Which is that power? Huh? Intellect. Okay. See, I asked 2 questions. Could you visualize your house very clearly? You are visualizing very clearly your house. That is your intellectual eye. Intellect has 2 functions. Intellect has 2 functions. Intellect is working as a judge. This is first function. And another function, he is working as a third eye, divine eye, visualizing different aspects time to time. Somebody asked you, when you was there in your home, Karnataka state, somebody asked you, would you really like visit Mount Abu? Would you like to go there? There were 2 thoughts in your mind, yes and no. Yes or no. These 2 thoughts were there. But your intellect was working as a judge, and that intellect has given decision, yes, I have to go anyhow there. I will get something there. The intellect gave the proper judgment, and that's why you are here. When we were in copper age and iron age, because of the influence of Maya, intellectual judge was giving always wrong judgment. And that's why we have been caught by bad habits. The judge was under influence of Maya, under the influence of vices. Now, when intellect is receiving true knowledge, real knowledge from the God, it gives proper judgment, right judgment. And that's why we are performing right actions throughout the day. But another function of intellect is visualization. That intellect was visualizing your house very clearly, and he was explaining, oh, my house is very nice. I mean, that house, 3 rooms are there, this and that, whatever. That was your mind. That was your mind. Thinking power was thinking on the visualized object. By this way, you must analyze these 2 powers. Oh, this power is intellect, because intellect is visualizing different objects. And this power is thinking power, is mind. This is second aspect. Third aspect. These 2 powers always being together, they must have some relationship in between them. What sort of relationship they are having? If we know that relationship, then we could use them properly. Intellect is the boss of our mind. Intellect is an organizer of our mind. Intellect is a planner of our mind. Intellect is a director of our mind. And mind is just follower of intellect. Wherever our intellect is going, mind is following same direction. This is the relationship in between these 2 powers. This is third aspect. Now fourth aspect. While sitting in yoga, how we must use these 2 powers. The moment you are sitting in yoga, you focus your intellectual eye straight on the Supreme Being. Visualize very clearly the form of Supreme Being. And however the long time you would visualize Supreme Being, your mind will also think about His forms, His qualities, His powers, His virtues. Automatically your mind will think about the Supreme Being only. That is yoga. That is connection. Through intellectual wire, we can maintain connection, communication with the Supreme Being. And when we are receiving the light, the current from the spiritual power station, Supreme Being, then automatically we could experience the light of spirituality within our own self. That is why just keep on visualizing the Supreme Being as long as you can, and just enjoy a sweet conversation with that power. But when we are sitting in yoga, we may not able to concentrate our mind and intellect for a long time. Why? We are not really maintaining consistency in yoga. You remember, you just sit in front of any god or any whatever you have faith, any object. You can remember for a few minutes, for a while, and then you can lose that connection. But if you really would like to get lost in that practice, or if you really would like to maintain consistency in that connection, communication, there is a special technique. Very simple technique is there. When we are losing connection, and if you really would like to have that connection in a fraction of second, this is a very simple technique. What is that technique? Just be in soul conscious stage. First of all, be in soul conscious stage. I am a sparkling star. After being in soul conscious stage, you just watch where is your intellectual eye. That is not on the Supreme Being, but that is wandering somewhere else. Watch it. And then catch it. And then match it. Put it on Supreme Being. You will get connection in a second. You must develop watching power, catching power, and matching power. When you are not having connection, just be in soul conscious stage, because that is beginning point. Be in soul conscious stage and watch where is your intellect. That is not on Supreme Being, that is somewhere else. Watch it. And then catch it, bring it back, and then match it on Supreme Being. Put it on Supreme Being. In a second, you will get connection. Or in another word, check it and change it. As much your checking power and changing power will increase, your yoga will improve automatically. You can maintain connection with the Supreme Being at any time, while walking, while talking, while eating, whatever. This is fourth aspect. Fifth aspect. We must keep these two powers safe from Maya. Because this is Maya's kingdom, Ravan's kingdoms. These two powers, mind and intellect, must be safe from enemy Maya. How can we keep them safe? The mother always taking care of the kids. In the same way, soul is a mother and these are the two kids, mind and intellect. We must take care of these two kids. We must keep them safe from enemy Maya. And for that, we must keep on wearing the armor of godly intoxication, godly happiness. When you would go the local center, Brahma Kumari center, and listens this true knowledge of God, then automatically you will experience godly intoxication in your life. Just wear the armor of godly intoxication. By the result of that, throughout the day, your mind and intellect must be safe from Maya. There won't be attack of Maya on your mind and intellect. These are the fifth five aspect. If you know this properly, if you work this pattern properly, your yoga will improve gradually and gradually. But now, if you really, really would like to develop the depth of yoga, not just superficial yoga, really deep yoga, you can develop that. But you must understand clearly how can you develop. I'd like to explain one thing related with this. In yoga, our consciousness is distributing. In yoga, our consciousness is distributing. Out of 100% consciousness, if you are sitting in yoga, your 10% consciousness may be transferred towards the Supreme Being. It means 90% consciousness will be here in this hall. You have connection with the Supreme Being, but that connection is just with 10% consciousness. Now what you have to do? Just transfer that consciousness as much as possible towards Supreme Being. 10 to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Full conscious and full time, this is the destination of yoga. As much you would practice this yoga, gradually and gradually your consciousness will transfer there, and the time of being in that stage also will increase gradually and gradually. And in that deep yoga, you will experience super sensual joy. Along with experiencing super sensual joy, in a very powerful yoga, we could experience the fire of yoga, and in that fire of yoga, our past sins are burning. But when we are experiencing that seed stage, powerful stage, in that powerful stage, we are experiencing fire of yoga, and in that fire of yoga, our past sins are burning. But it really needs long period practice. That is not hard, that is easy, but very sincerely and honestly we must work on that. As much we are developing this yoga, we are receiving energy from Godfather Shiva, and then we are applying, we are using that powers in our life, and we are experiencing lots of benefits of these powers in our life. I think you got now clear idea about this yoga connection, or still? Huh? Got connection, clear idea? Now, I'd like to explain something of my own life. When I joined this Raj Yoga in 1972, I had some bad habits, drinking and smoking. I was peaceless. Why I was peaceless? There was this very strong desire since my childhood in my life. What was that? If the God is here in this corporeal world, I would like to meet Him and I would like to see Him. That was my desire. But because of not fulfilling that desire, I was unhappy, and for just overcoming that unhappiness, I used to drink alcohol and I used to smoke also. And I was having some troubles. I went to doctor. Doctor says, please leave these bad habits. I say, I know. These are not good habits. I am a science student. You can advise me, but I need really power. I really need energy to overcome these bad habits. And somebody took me to this Raj Yoga center and I practiced this Raj Yoga for only 15 days. And in those 15 days, I had some very special divine experience that some power is working on my consciousness. And because of that, without any force, I overcome these bad habits. Huh? 2 years. Since 2 years. Yeah, since 2 years. When I was studying in master degree course, at that time I got these bad habits. And I had some throat problem because of the smoking. And doctor says, you would be the patient of cancer. You must leave this. But I was not having any power, any energy to overcome that bad habits. And second benefit of this Raj Yoga, if you really experience the success in any area, in any field, you must have two things with you. If you would like to experience success in your life, you need to have two things with you. First thing, full happiness and full joyfulness must be there. If you would like to perform or any task, your mind and your consciousness must be full with happiness. Then only you would work efficiently and properly, nicely. If you will not be joyful, then you will not work properly. This is first thing. And second thing, there you need full concentration in that particular task. Until you are not having full consciousness in that task, you will not get succeed. And through Raj Yoga, you can get these two things in your life. I visit America in 2000, and in Washington there was one program. My topic was positive thinking. How can we develop our positive thinking? And after my talk, somebody asked me from the audience one question. Can I ask you please one question to you? I said, yes, why not? See, day by day the number of spiritual branches are increasing on one hand. But on the other hand, the level of spirituality is falling down gradually and gradually. Why this is so? Please tell me. If the number of spiritual branches are increasing, the level of spirituality must also uplift. But instead of that, the level of spirituality of human being is falling down. Why this is so? What would be the answer?
Different type of preaching.
Different type of preachings. Okay. Anything else? Huh?
Misinterpretation of the teachings.
The deficiency of spirituality is being felt because of which the institutions are becoming more, whereas the spirituality is going down.
Spirituality is there. See, if you would go anywhere, go to Buddhism, Sikhism, Muslim or Hinduism, anywhere, they will teach you one lesson only. 5 vices are our enemy, we must overcome these 5 vices. This is the main teachings. And we have proud of our India because India have enough materials regarding spirituality. We have literature. We have some yuktis to overcome bad habits. We have yuktis. But for becoming the embodiment of that yuktis, you need Shakti. You need energy. Yukti plus Shakti is equal to Vikaro se Mukti. They have yuktis, they have ideas, but they don't have energy. They don't know which is the source of energy. From that source, how can we receive energy? They don't know. And here in this Raj Yoga, we have clear idea. How can we get that energy? And that's why here, those are following the Raj Yoga, they are experiencing upliftment in their life, progress in their life. Why? Because they are receiving energy. And they are using that energy in their personal life. And that's why they are experiencing progress in their life. In 1977, the chief of our Brahma Kumaris, Dadi Prakash Mani, was traveling. She was on world tour. And she was in London, and her schedule was very busy. Since morning till evening, she was very busy. And some editors, they were following her programs. And they were observing her face also, her efficiency also. One after another, this program is there. And in evening, one editor asked one question. Can I ask you please one question to you? She said, yes, why not? Since morning till evening, you are very busy. But I haven't seen any sign of tiredness on your face. Could you please tell me the secret of your tirelessness? Your face is like ever fresh, it's like a blossoming flower. What is the secret of this? She just said, this is a magic of Raj Yoga. Really? By practicing Raj Yoga, we can experience this lightness, this tirelessness. He was deeply impressed. And he says, okay, I also want to experience this lightness and happiness in my life. Please tell me where this center, how can I practice this Raj Yoga? And he start practicing Raj Yoga, and he is following that Raj Yoga since 77 till now. He is a regular student of this Raj Yoga. What I mean to say, if you really would like to experience lightness, happiness in your life, Raj Yoga can help you a lot. Because of the stress, workload, our nervous system also influencing. And because of disturbing our nervous systems, we are getting different type of the troubles in our body. That is why in any situation we must experience lightness, happiness. And Raj Yoga is helping in that way. Best remedy for that is this Raj Yoga. By this way, you must make this Raj Yoga part of your life. This is my keen request to you. And one wonderful achievement of this Raj Yoga is, according to my experience, I would like to tell you one thing. If you really, really, really would like to meet the Supreme Being, would like to see the Supreme Being, you just follow this Raj Yoga for at least 6 months. Develop soul conscious stage and God conscious stage. After that, you will get this chance. In Shantivan, there are 10 frequencies. 10 times God will come for meeting the regular students. And in that frequency, you will get chance. But condition is that you must follow this Raj Yoga along with the principles at least for 6 months. Why that is necessary? There must be some reason. For having God realization, we must have first of all self-realization. Until there won't be self-realization, there won't be God realization. And for having that self-realization, the 6 months you must practice this Raj Yoga by following the principles. It's a guarantee of getting this chance. This is the best achievement of this Raj Yoga. And when you will get that chance, that day would be extremely happy day in your life. Believe me, please. That day would be extremely happy day in your life when you will get that chance to see and to meet that Supreme Being. Now, if you would like to develop spiritual power in your life along with this Raj Yoga, whenever you would observe your watch, maybe in hand, maybe on table, maybe on watch, on wall, when you would watch the watch, you watch 5 things. If you would watch the 5 things, definitely your spirituality will increase gradually and gradually in your life. Keep on watching 5 things throughout the day. WATCH, watch. W stand for words. Our words must be short, sweet, and slowly. Every word must be full with love, full with happiness, full with sweetness. Through your valuable word, you can give inspirations to many souls. Keep on watching your every words. Your every word must be short, sweet, and slowly. You can give happiness through your sweet words also. A for action. Your every action must be elevated action, inspirable action, must not be ordinary action, must not be meaningless action, but your every action must be elevated action. Through that elevated actions, you must give inspirations to many souls. If you are thinking yourself as a great soul, as a great personality, your actions must be elevated. Because action is expressing the personality. That's why every action must be elevated. W-A-T. T for thoughts. Your thoughts, every thought must be very pure, very peaceful and powerful. Because thought is like a seed of the tree karma. As is the seed, so is the fruit. That is why every thought must be pure, powerful and peaceful. So you can spread the spiritual vibrations, pure vibrations in this atmosphere through your elevated thoughts. Keep on watching your every thought, chain of your every thoughts. What sort of thoughts are creating in my mind? Mind is mine. I can create any type of the thoughts, whatever I want. That's why I must create powerful thoughts, pure thoughts in my mind. C for coolness. Coolness. Sitalta, coolness. I must not lose my coolness at any cost, no matter what situation, what problem is coming in front of me. I must not lose my coolness at any cost. I have to sustain that coolness throughout the day. Maybe some upheaval situations will come in front of you. But in that situations also you must maintain coolness, calmness. That is your greatness. If you maintain coolness, means you have some spiritual power. By the result of that, you are maintaining that coolness in your life. You are not losing that coolness. And H for happiness. Happiness is a highly nutritious food of a soul. Happiness is a highly nutritious food of a soul. We must feed that type of the nutritious food of happiness to our mind and intellect. By the result of that, soul would be healthy and wealthy. You must feed that happiness to many souls. If your happiness is improving gradually and gradually, it means the level of spirituality is increasing. That is the sign of your progress. Understand? By this way, keep on watching these 5 things time to time when you are sitting in your office, in court, or anywhere. You just be introvert and look at yourself, your own self, and observe these subtle things. gradually and gradually your spiritual power will increase. Your personality will progress. Everybody would like to experience magnetic personality. Magnetic personality means physical personality plus spiritual personality is equal to magnetic personality. You can impress many souls. You can inspire many souls through your magnificent personality. Keep on practicing this Raj Yoga as much as possible in your life. And my personal request, don't lose that chance. Follow this Raj Yoga for 6 months and get that chance of meeting the Supreme Being. That would be the best achievement in your life. Om Shanti.